Yo, yo, what's going on, Miguel? Happy New Year's. Yes, sir. You enjoy the holidays? Enjoy the little break? Yeah, good. No more breaks. No more breaks. We active now. We got 12 more months. 12 more months of opportunity. 12 more months of just, just 12 months just to get active, do what we gotta do. Yeah, and the end of the year was good to take a little break, but we good now. No more break needed. Mm-hmm. December is good. Yeah, bro. That's why I told everyone going into the beginning of December, bro. I already knew because last year it was the same thing, just choppy, gets chopped up, all that. But you live and learn. It's all experiences, and we all learn from it at the end of the day. What it comes down to. Because now that we understand what is more than likely gonna happen, we know for next year to chalk December and just chalk that shit. I'm probably gonna chalk it next year. Like all year, I got clapped up two years in a row December. I'm cool. I'm cool. What's going on, Martin? Morning, morning. Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. All right, we right on into it. So as you guys can see, yesterday US already shit it. It literally shit it. As soon as we got like after we got off the charts after like 12 o'clock p.m., it just dropped. And then if just pay attention, if you look at the daily range I sent, it cleared the previous day's high and then just reversed from there. But on to the next day. So this is the daily right here. So you see, this is the first bearish day we've had in a while. So as of right now, I'm already going to be anticipating we're at least going to be looking for some sort of retracement for this major move that we had here. So I'm going to pull my fib from that low to the high. And I'm going to look for the 38.20% because I doubt we're going to have this full retracement down to these levels in one day. I find that highly unlikely. So let's look at where the 38.20% is. And you can see that's kind of in this general area where we have this breaker block right here. But let me just do it like this. So this is on the daily, mind you. So we're probably not even going to trade into these levels anytime soon, but it's going to be good going into the beginning of the week. We know that since we're having this first bearish day, and we cleared this high, so there's a chance that we could have this false breakout to continue on the downtrend. Because mind you, this is a daily bearish engulfing, so it's not like a 15-minute. The likelihood of today also being bearish is going to be far more likely than unlikely. So one thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be anticipating price to have this retracement to the downside. Oh, but as you can see, if you look on the daily, this is where I want you to look at your eyes right now. These three candles right here. So this last up candle, this down candle, and the candle where we are now. I want to see price fill in this range. As you can see, it's already filled it in, tapped it from there. So as of right now, in my opinion, I'd ideally want to see price continue to move short. So what I could also do is I could pull my fib from the top of this daily candle, so the top of this move to the low. And we also see the 38.20% is right here. So this could be ideally something we look to take. So let's see where that is. 36,580. So we're going to keep that in mind. 36,580. I'm going to just so I can remember that. Put that right there. And now we're going to go onto the lower time frame. And we're going to start to map out possible trades. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark up yesterday's high. So I'm going to mark up this previous day's high. Just like this. Going to mark up the previous day's low, which looks like it got taken out already during London session by like a pip. So more than likely, in my opinion, that shows another willingness for price to want to continue in that downtrend. It could potentially be a false break like it did up here, but in this case, when it cleared the previous day's high, it was earlier in the day and not during London session, and then from there reverse. But now that we have the previous day's high, the previous day's low, I'm going to put the 12 a.m. open, which is going to be right here at this is the first up candle of the day, so I'm going to put the open candle right there. And you can see when price traded below, it traded at 1:15 in the morning. This is when price traded below. So there is a chance that that could possibly be the low of the day. But if we are going to be bearish, more than likely I would want to see this area taken out and not have this as the low of the day. It'll be a similar situation to yesterday. As you can see, price came down, cleared this low, came up, trended all up, but then eventually the low got taken out towards the end of the day. So we're going to keep this area in mind, because even though this is the low of the day as of right now, we could just as likely have a London continuation, even though in my opinion I don't think we should have a bullish day today, in my opinion, but anything could happen at the end of the day. We just gotta take what is more than likely going to happen. So the second thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark up the Asian session, so from here to here. And now you also see that when price traded down here, when price traded below this low, it made the low of the day, but it also cleared the previous day's low, and it cleared this Asian session low. So it cleared multiple lows right here. So it does give another reason for me to believe that this could possibly be the low of the day. But like I said, we're just going to keep that in the back of our mind, because at the end of the day, we never know exactly what's going to happen. I also see that this Asian session high is now getting taken out. So we could start to expect a possible move to the downside, because as you can see, this is where price tapped into, filled in this little imbalance we had from these 3 candles. And now I would ideally like to see price continue on lower. Another thing, we are also making the high of the day during this New Year's session. So what's that a characteristic of? If we're making the high of the day, what is likely to possibly happen if it's making the high of the day during New Year's session? This is a characteristic of a reversal setup. Now, mind you, like I said, we're also anticipating it to be a bearish day, and we're making the high of the day during New York session. So that's the characteristic of a possible bearish New York reversal. I also see this last down candle right here, which we could also look to possibly trade into to look for potential shorts from here. Because why? We're expecting price to have this move to the downside, making the high of the day during New York session. So now we got to look, where is price likely going to trade into to have that reason to fall, because it's not just going to fall for no reason. That's just not how it works. You know what I mean? The market always has a reason behind everything. And now that you see that there's this 15-minute order block right above this high of the day, right above the Asian session, and we also have it right at this level, which is 36,600 right here, which is a big figure level. It's not one of my main big figure levels, but it's a big figure level nonetheless. So there's more than likely going to be a reason to see a reaction here. That looks like it's right in the middle of it too, I ain't gonna lie. So I'm also going to put the 50% of this 15-minute order block. That shit is spot on. That shit is spot on. But that's just like 2 confluences we have. So now we have the 50% of this 15-minute order block, and we also have this 36,600 level. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull my fib from this previous day's high all the way to the low right here. I'm gonna put the normal fib. I'm gonna see what the levels are. Now we also have this 38.20% rejection level, also in confluence with all of these. So as of right now, I'm just gonna make this a continuation, because the levels above, in my opinion, if these get traded into, I'm not gonna be looking to short, because if we start trading all the way up to here, at that point, there is a high chance that we could just continue pushing, because that would not be a small move. That would be about a 215 pip move. And if it moves that high, in my opinion, I don't see why price would have a likelihood of moving any lower from there. So as of right now, we are anticipating price, in my opinion, to trade slightly higher, to anticipate a drop to continue the overall trend of this downtrend. So right now it is 8:40. We have about, I say, 50 minutes until the open. So right now I'm personally just going to be waiting for price to show a willingness to trade higher. And I'm going to be looking to get short somewhere up here. Now if we look at where we are price wise, we are also ranging at this 36,500 level, which I'm going to put right here. So as long as we can stay above the 36,500 level, then there is a chance that we could use this as a form of support to continue moving higher to trade into this 36,600 level, in my opinion. So that's honestly what I'm looking at right now. There is a chance that if we do have a London continuation, let me just pull my fib from that low of the London session right here. And now let me also go to slowly move to higher time frames to see if there's any areas in which I could expect price to possibly have a retracement to continue moving any higher. Doesn't look like there's any order blocks within this area that are honestly clear. There is a few that you could maybe use right here. If you look at this, if you go to maybe the 30-minute, we had this one right here at the 38.20%, but in my opinion these aren't very clear because it could easily trade into this and just continue moving higher or lower from there. So let me go back to lower time frame. So what I'm gonna do is, since I'm anticipating price to overall be bearish, since I pulled the fib from this London low and I pulled it to this high that's being made during the New York session, I can use these fib levels as a target if price does start to move any lower. So these fib levels are also used as reasons to get into a trade, but you can also use them as reasons to get out of a trade. Because in my opinion, there's nothing really different from an entry signal and an exit signal. They're just on the opposite sides. Because what's the difference between an exit signal on a sell and an entry signal on a buy? They're technically the same thing, you know what I mean? So you can use the same thing with order blocks. You can use order blocks as targets, or you can use them as reasons to get into a trade. You can use the fib levels as a reason to get into the trade or a target. Same thing with the Asian session. The Asian session highs, the midpoint, and the low. You can use those as targets, but you can also use them as possible reasons to get into a trade. Most of the concepts that we personally trade by, we can use them on both sides of the market. That's why it makes it very simplified when you're taking trades, because we know what we're looking for, and all of the things that we mark up on the chart, there are going to be reasons on why we should expect price to go here or why we would expect price to move from this specific area. But yeah, that's really it right now. I'm not going to force anything. Like I said, based off the high time frame, we have a lot of reason to believe we're going to be bearish. So once we get to this 36,580, 36,600 area, I'm going to be looking for possible rejection to show a willingness of price wanting to move lower. And that's really it right now. In my opinion, a London continuation doesn't seem like the highest probability idea, in my opinion. But something that could happen, say price then starts to drop before going higher, we could drop, trade into this area, and then have that reversal. But many things can happen, because there's always chances. Because what I've learned in the past, since we have two main setups that we like to go by, I've noticed that we could have a London continuation move. So for example, let me take yesterday. Yesterday we were able to, there was a London continuation move, just like this. It didn't come to our fib level, but came, let's say, I think came to 38.20%. So from this low that yesterday made during London session and the high that made during New York, we then had this London continuation move, but then price ended up reversing towards the end of the day. So there is a chance that we could potentially retrace, be able to capitalize on that buy, and then later on in the day price comes lower. But these are all just things you got to keep in mind, and that's why I always like to plan out every possible situation. I like to know whether it's a high probability, because there's going to be multiple high probability trades at the end of the day. There's not going to be one just high probability. There's going to be multiple high probability trades, and you got to decide what you would rather put your risk on, because at the end of the day, you just got to decide. If you know how much you're risking, you know how much you want to make, you just got to be willing to put that risk on a high probability trade that you have enough confidence in taking. And if you take the L, it is what it is. That's why whenever you take a trade, you got to be ready to take a loss at the end of the day. You never take a trade in basically expecting to win. That's just not what you're supposed to do, because if you expect to win and lose, it's only going to fuck with your head. You're only going to end up wanting to get into more, because from your perspective, you thought you were going to win. You know what I mean? That's why it's always good to just go with a clear set of eyes, expect the worst, prepare for the best, or prepare for the worst, expect the best. Whichever one. I say prepare for the best, expect the worst, in my opinion. But that's really it. Now it just comes down to patience. We know what we're looking for. Now it's up to us, because this is the hard part. A lot of people struggle with this, but in my opinion, marking up the charts, having analysis is the easy part. Being able to stick to it, being patient enough to wait for those trades, and following the trade plan, that's when it gets complicated. Like, look, Martin, for example, you yesterday. I'm not even using you as like to target you, but just a good example. Yesterday, if you would have just took that one trade, you would have only been down 1%, right? But then the discipline, if it started getting, you weren't as disciplined. You ended up taking a sell, which resulted in you taking another losing trade. But it all comes down to just the discipline, though, right? Because if you were disciplined enough to not take that trade, you wouldn't have took that loss, and then it wouldn't have made that big of a difference overall. Because it's not like you lost like a major. It's not like you lost 1% the first trade, lost 5% the next trade. It was still managed, but you know what I mean. It all comes down to discipline. Same thing with me. I have all this marked up, but if I'm not disciplined enough to wait for it, and price says comes here, and then I sell here or something, that just doesn't make sense in my opinion. You know what I mean? It's just all about having the plan. The plan was made for a reason. You just got to be disciplined enough to follow it. That's really what it comes down to. Mm-hmm. And you're still gonna make mistakes. That's just part of the process. Shit, I make mistakes every day. Like even though yesterday I took a 0.3% loss. But that even that gets to your head, you're like, damn, that means say I'm risking 1% a day. I would have rather I took a 0.3% loss, but then I was on the charts even like 15, 20 minutes after I got done the streams and everything. And I was just sitting there like, looking for opportunity because in my head I'm like, okay, I lost 0.3%. I still got zero point 0.7 I could potentially risk to make that back. You know what I mean? And I was just like, damn. I sat here for like a minute. I'm like, what am I doing? And then I'm looking at US30, mind you. This was before any of this even happened. This was like somewhere here. This is like somewhere like right here, like 10:15, 10:30 before I went to the gym. And then this is when prices started pushing. And then I was sick. Because Martin, this is where we were looking to get into our trade right here for our buys. And we just kept getting chopped up. So Miguel, yesterday when we were trading, this is where we were looking to get into buys at. And we were just getting chopped up, chopped up. Because mind you, where was 9:30? This is 9:30. Just chopped up, chopped up. We were trying to buy. And this is where Martin tried to sell at. It probably would have worked out, but just the volatility wasn't there. And then from here, price was just going up and down, up and down. And then I was still looking at the charts. And then this happened. I'm just sitting here like, and I was like, yeah, let me just delete everything and go to the gym. That's the best thing, honestly. Like, if you guys are ever struggling with wanting to take a trade, you just gotta really take it off and go do something. Because I guarantee you, if you give yourself 15 to 30 minutes, you're gonna then realize, like, damn, I don't need to take a trade. I'm cool. You just gotta get away from it. You gotta remove yourself from the situation, rethink, reevaluate, then just clear your mind. Because when you're on the charts, your mind gets the best of you. You get greedy. You start trying to make money because that's honestly, Martin, that's what you were doing. Because I know from personal experience, you feel since you're taking the FTMO challenge, you feel as if you have a target and you have to make that. So now when you lose money, you're just it's straying away from the target, straying away from the target. But at the end of the day, you got to realize it's a process. Even though you might be down 2%, I'm down like 1.7, 1.8% for the week. We just need one good trade to make it back. But if we're not disciplined enough to wait for that one trade and we're taking multiple trades, we're just setting ourselves back, setting ourselves back, setting ourselves back, and we're making it harder. So now when we do get that good trade, it's not even going to bring us back. We're going to need 2 good trades, 3 good trades. And now you start getting in your own head. You're like, damn, I have to make 3 trades to get back to break even. And that's if I win 3 trades. You know what I mean? That's why it's good just to have a process. Like, you guys don't see it now, but I just bought a big whiteboard like the size of me. And I wrote down everything. So now, like, if I ever feel confused, I don't know what to do, I have my process, I have what I'm looking for, I have my setups, and I have exactly what I should be doing. So now if I'm like, oh, what should I be doing? I could just look over, and I have a set of rules, I have my system, and I have all of that. It's good to have all that written down. I even have sticky notes right in front of me, but it might be different for you, Mar, but I know Miguel in New York it's like darker early now, right? So I could barely see them bitches now. They're just like I have to like go like this to see them. So I had to get a whiteboard. But like in the summertime, it was good to have the sticky notes because I could see it. Martin, you might be good. It's probably like Matter of fact, it might be even darker for you. You're hours behind us, right? Yeah, you all the way in Arizona. Nah. Arizona, he got that good weather. He was in a t-shirt yesterday. I'm sitting here freezing. I got a heater in my room right now. I'm freezing. It was like snowing 2 days ago. Is it bad in New York? Cause I know it get even colder there, but nah, hold on. If you getting that, that means I'm getting hit. Hold on. That's not thorough. It looks like I might be good, but it's gonna be brick for me. The highest today is gonna be 41. God damn. Martin, how warm is it out there? Man, how cold is it? I already know how y'all people be when you live somewhere warm. Y'all be like it's like 50 degrees. I'm cold. I'm like, bro. Oh, it's 39. That's actually not bad. It's 36 over here. Yeah, yeah. Man, I gotta let my car warm up every single day. Every day, I gotta let it warm up at the gym. Gotta let it warm up when I go to the gym. All of that. But nah, right now we're just waiting. Another thing I'm gonna do. Hold on. Let me go do this chart. I'm gonna pull my fib from this high here to this low, and I'm gonna see where these fib levels are. Oh shit! Look at that. That's pretty clean. I ain't gonna lie. So we have this clean rejection here. So ideally, in my opinion, I would still be looking to potentially at least get in at the hello of this area. So I'm gonna make it red because it's bearish. Bearish 15-minute order block. I would ideally look to get in at least 36,550 or at least right at the low of this. Doesn't mean it can happen because as you can see, we are starting to consolidate. We are holding this 36,500 level, but we are inside this fib. So we'll see. There's a lot of reason for me to expect price to move to the downside right now, but it's just whether or not it's going to move downside before we have this retracement higher, or is it going to be after. But it's all about having the high probability trade and just knowing what to take your potential risk on. That's really what it just comes down to. And actually, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on, Elijah? What's going on? Good morning. Matter of fact, yeah, when you had redid your analysis. It's just a discipline. That's when the experience comes into play. That's why I tell everyone, it's like a lot of people, they complain about using demo, but in reality, demo is just going to make it so you can take as many losses as you want without it really affecting you. So it's basically a good way to learn. That's why I recommend everyone at least 6 months when you're learning the concepts is demo trade, because you could take as many losses as you want, but as long as you're sitting here like, oh, you're analyzing why you're losing, you're analyzing what's happening, in that 6 months you can learn so much, especially if you trade one pair. Because if you're looking at one pair every day, you're marking it up every day, you're saving charts every day, and you're looking at what's happening every day, you start to realize it. Because I literally have, from just 3 months, I have like 3 months of just a daily range. The same range I'd be sending you guys, I have 3 months of it. 3 months of screenshots. 2 setups happen every day for 90 days. 2 setups happen. A London continuation or New York reversal. That's already major key as it is. Understanding what the market is doing on one pair and understanding 2 types of setups that are happening is major. And then you get into whether it's a bearish or bullish reversal, bearish or bullish London continuation, and you start realizing certain ones happen more than the other. Like just off of all of my stuff, like I can show you guys. I'll take a screenshot. Matter of fact, Let me just show you right now. Let me share whole screen, where is it at? You guys can see this? Okay, so look at this. This is all my daily ranges just right here. So I have every day, and then I have the type of setup it was, and just of recently, December 27th, I'm actually putting the day of the week now. So say something happens on a specific day. Now I'm gonna understand, oh, say I get 90 more days of what setup happens and on what day it happens. Now I'm gonna have even more data. I'm gonna be like, oh, this setup is more likely to happen on this day. This setup is more likely to happen on this day. And one thing about Notion is you can search. So since these are all things that I put myself, like if I go in here, characteristics, I have a whole bunch that are already made. All I got to do is just click it. That's all I have to do. That's all I do. Just makes it simple. So now if I go to search, say I want to see how often a London continuation. Yeah, my spelling is killed. But now I can look at all the London continuation setups, and what do you see? Just based off of, what do you see just off of looking at this? Like, what's your first observation of looking just at all what's happening? Yep. And then if you look at US 30, look at the daily, or say just look at this. You know what I mean? Now it's just like putting pieces together. Okay, US 30 is primarily bullish, and on the continuation side, it's far more likely to be a bullish London continuation. That's a high probability setup that I look to trade daily, weekly, and then now if I do the same thing, if I search and go the reversal, look at the reversals. What's more likely to happen, a bullish or bearish? And this, in my opinion, I think I did the math on how many of these. They're like somewhat similar. They're like off by like 2 or 3, but you can see how often these reversals happen on US 30. There's reversals every single day, every single week, bearish and bullish. But it's just understanding what is more likely to happen. That's when the high probability trades come into play, because now we know what is more likely to happen based off of history. And that's why I stress to everyone that you should be marking up your charts, and you should at least be journaling and studying them, because at the end of the day, the charts is all we have. The charts is all we have. The charts is going to tell us everything we need to know. The charts is showing us everything that's happened forever. We can literally go back and back to every single day that's ever happened on US 30. And that gives you power, because the only thing we have to predict the future is the past. That's really all it is. Like all of this here, all of this analysis wouldn't be here if we didn't have past information. We'll just be going off of price. The only thing that we could look for in the future is price targets. That's all we could do. So we have to use the past to anticipate the future. And that's really why being able to, that's why I send you guys the daily ranges every day, because even if you don't personally do the daily range yourself, if you just save my charts, you're going to be able to just look back at them. And even if you want, print them out, because I remember when I was first starting to trade, I would print out everything. I would write stuff, I would print stuff, because you got to be able to see it. You got to see it to believe it. And the same thing with the whiteboard, same thing with the post-it notes. You just got to be able to visually read what you got to do, see what you're looking for, see what's likely to happen, see what's happened before, because it's only going to give you more confidence to just take action in the future. Because say, for example, Elijah, I'm going to use you for example. Now that you've seen that happen yesterday, you're going to have more confidence. If you see that same exact setup again, you're going to have way more confidence in taking that trade if you say you've never even seen that happen. You're just gonna have more confidence now because you've seen it happen before. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with just becoming a successful trader. Everyone starts off trading wondering, oh, is this a scam? I'm pretty sure, have we all looked up at some point, can you make money trading? Or can you make money trading Forex? We've all looked that up at some point, I'm assuming. But then what happened? We've seen that people were doing it, gave us the confidence to keep going. And now look at us here. We're still keep going. But that's really all it comes down to. You just got to be able to see it to believe it, and just analyze. That's why, I don't know, I'm going to stress it a lot. Just you got to take notes on this, because the chart is all we have. You can learn from other people, but the chart is going to be everything you have, because you might be able to learn certain things from other people, but if they're not trading the same pair as you, there's always going to be little differences in what they do. That's why I like trading one pair personally. I understand it. I have so much information on it, because imagine if I was trading 3 pairs, trying to do 3 daily ranges a day, trying to mark up 3 different pairs a day, trying to learn how each moves every day. It just makes it more complicated. I'd rather master one thing, move on to the next. Because if you specialize in one thing, that's when people start to come to you for that one thing. If you're good at everything, if you say you're not a master at everything, but you know a lot of things, I would rather go to the person that's good at that specific thing that I want to do. You know what I mean? It's like, say for example, like college or trade school. You're not gonna go to college and try to learn like English from a math teacher. It just doesn't make sense because that's not their specialty. You know what I mean? And even if it's not US 30, just I recommend everyone just to stick to one pair, even if it's not US 30, because US 30 is a stressful pair. Stressful pair. Like if I wasn't so deep into US 30, I would not be trading this shit. Cause this shit is annoying. Like just index overall. Like look at Nash 100. Like what even is this? Bro, where is trade opportunity here? This has been falling. That's why like sometimes with these indexes and stuff, it's very difficult to trade, and that's why they're so hard. But that's kind of the reason why I gravitated to it. Cause like the one thing, I just go hard in everything I do. The gym, I go hard. Trading, I study hard. And on US 30, it's one of the hardest pairs, and I just ended up gravitating towards the hardest pair. I don't know. It's just I don't know the way my mind's like made. I don't know. I'm fucked up in the head, but like right now, price is ranging. That's why you just gotta have the discipline because anything can happen here. Price could just fall, drop without us, work and trade a little bit higher, and give me that area. Then I could then look to get into the trade. Because if I get in at this 15-minute order block, damn, that's kind of wide. I ain't gonna lie, 60 pips. Oh shit. What about here? Yeah, this would be about like 40, 50 from the 50%. But it's just having that discipline because right now you can see that price is holding on this 36,500 level, and if we keep holding it, the likelihood of that price pushing higher is going to be far more likely. So right now it's just having that patience and waiting for what we want to see happen. That's really it right now. Not much really happening. It's just got to be patient, honestly. And actually, one thing I was gonna ask you guys, I forgot to message you all yesterday. What are you guys gonna be free on the weekend? Because I'm actually gonna try to do another session, but with everybody. Not a one-on-one, but it's gonna be like a weekend everyone session. I'm just gonna try to go over certain things that everyone like struggling with. I wanna ask individually, like, what is one thing that you guys would want to better yourself in? Like, hold on, let me open to a page so I can get my wording together. My mind be moving too fast. I be thinking like 100 things at a second. Alright. So what I wanted to do is I want to have a few days out of the month where I just go over certain concepts with everybody so we can all come together. So I want to ask each of you, what is like one thing that you want to better yourself in trading wise? So Martin, I'm gonna start with you. What's one thing that you've noticed that you're struggling, or one thing you notice that you're not the best in that you would like to improve on, or you would like to have a better understanding on, you personally, like in your experience so far? Mm-hmm. 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 One thing that I noticed with you, don't try to go off of pips. Just go off a percentage because at the end of the day, 50 pips could be 1%, 30 pips could be 1%, 40 pips could be 1%. It's all what you calculate it to be at the end of the day. But I get what you're saying. So patience, discipline. I feel like most of the stuff you said kind of weighs into both of those categories. Is having more patience, having more discipline, and confidence. Confidence. There we go. Yeah, confidence. Confidence just comes from experience. That's really what it comes from. Cause trust me, I was not just saying fuck it on every trade a year ago. It was more I was like, should I take this? I don't know. This could happen because that's why bro, I'm gonna stress it a lot. Having just having screenshots, having just all this information because I can go back. I have on my trading page, I have screenshots from trades I was taking last year in December, and I was looking at them like, damn, I was ass. And I was like, what is this? I was like, I don't even know what this. I was like, what is this? Yeah, bro. It's just it's all. Yeah, he was a scalper. Yeah, his name was Martin Stock Scalper. I remember that name. That was Martin. Yeah. But but the thing is, like what he's doing isn't gonna benefit you because what's really making him money is because he has experience. Regardless of strategy, regardless how he's trading, he has specific experience and he has a certain perspective on the market. Like the way I'm viewing the market is gonna be different from how you're viewing the market, from the different how Elijah and Miguel's viewing the market. We just all have a different perspective on the market. That's why it's kind of hard to teach people. That's why personally I don't even say I teach people. I don't teach people how to trade. I teach people how I trade because I can only give you my experience and what I've learned and what I go off of because I can't tell you that this thing is going to be better than one thing because personally not everything is going to work for individual people. Everyone has gravitates towards certain different things. Like personally, I'm not a swing trader, but say Martin or Miguel, you have more patience. You can use these same type of concepts that I'm giving you, but you can use them to swing trade, or you can use them to just hold longer term, or use them in the stock market. You won't necessarily have to trade on US 30 every single morning like I am. You know what I mean? It just comes down to experience. Same thing with confidence. Confidence comes from experience. You get confidence from seeing it happen multiple times, seeing it happen repetitively, seeing it happen on multiple bases. That's really what it comes down to. But Miguel, what's one thing or two things, just as many as you want, that you would say that right now you would want to improve on, or just gain a better understanding in? Mm-hmm. Okay. To back test. Okay. Yeah. In my opinion, those pairs are going to be easier too because they're highly manipulated at that, but they move way slower. So that they apply to everything, crypto, stocks, all of that. Mm-hmm. Okay. In my opinion, maybe it's just you need to make a more detailed trade plan, and then you really just gotta get into this following. You gotta have it right in front of you, and you just gotta sit on your hands and just go by it. Because if you could do it for 90 days, it's gonna become a habit at that point. If you could do it long enough, it's gonna become a habit. If you can go to the gym long enough, you're gonna be able to start going. Because the beginning is the hardest part. That's with everything. The start is the hardest part. Right now, prices are slowly starting to move lower. I'm not really stressing it because if price is really bearish, if we continue to move lower by the New York Open, if we can get a retracement back to this 36,500 level, which is a big figure level, which is a lot of confluence, and we also have this area here, this 15-minute order block, we could potentially look to get into shorts from here just on waiting for the retest. Because like I said, this is just confidence, not confidence, patience. I understand that price is leaving without me. I'm not mad that I could potentially be making money. I'm looking at what I could do to potentially capitalize on this still. I'm not gonna jump in just to jump in because I know that since this candle isn't closed, it could easily just wick up, start rejecting again. It's just having confidence, having the patience to wait, and having just the experience to understand that there's opportunities every day, and I don't need to force everything. That's really what it comes down to. So for you, you said discipline. You want more patience with learning to be disciplined with finding entries, and I would say a good trade plan. So that's what I have for you. Okay. See, like a lot of the things that people struggle with in trading are very similar to each other, because at the end of the day, understanding the charts isn't hard, because no matter how good you are, you're never going to be able to just predict what is exactly going to happen. I don't care how long you've been trading, you'll probably be better than other people, but you're never going to be like, oh, this is going to happen right here. This is going right here. It's going to reverse at this point, and it's going to stop here. You're never going to be able to know, because there's no reason for me to believe why price can't just reject here, start dropping all the way low. There's no reason for price to just jump here. But just based off of having concepts and reasoning behind it, that's why we're looking to take those trades there, because I could easily go look to short at 36,500, and then it could just drop from there and I end up making a good trade, or it could just jump all the way up here. You never know. You never know. It's just having high probability. You're taking the highest probability so that you have the biggest likelihood of having a winning trade, because probabilities at the end of the day, when you take a trade, you have a higher chance of losing that trade than winning that trade. Honestly, it's like a casino. Honestly, I don't want to compare it to a casino, but I'm gonna compare it to the percentage wise. Like when you go to a casino, you have like a 49% chance of winning. It's not really 50-50 as it should be, because you would think if it's only buying or selling that it would be a 50% chance of winning, but in reality, shit, I learned that the hard way. It's not no 50-50. That's just cap, because it's moving up and down the whole time. It's just fluctuating all day, up and down. So you can't, it's not really 50-50 chance, because it's going to be moving up and down the whole entire time regardless. But Elijah, you're here too. What would you say is something that you want to improve on in your trading? Something that you need more experience and more help in, any of that? Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. I already have that for you. Fibonacci. Patience. Confidence. Yeah, trust me, I'm like that too. Losing is way, it hurts way harder than when you win. You could win 5 trades in a row, but if you take one L, that shit gonna hit you in the heart. You're gonna be like, damn, I suck. But in reality, it's just the loss is getting in your head. That's when just have the experience to understand that there's opportunities every day, and understanding what you could do and your skill set and what you're good at. That's really what it comes into. Personally, right now, if we continue to reject, part of me does want to get in for shorts at 36,500, anticipating that in 15 minutes we will drop. So if I do get in at 36,500, I'm probably gonna have about a 40 to 50 pip stop. Let's see. Yeah, I'll have a stop probably right above this high for about 55, 54 pips. So that's potentially something I'm going to be looking to do. And if that doesn't work out, another thing I could also look to do is wait for price to trade higher. And if it does come lower, I will be looking to take out most of my position at these fib levels, just in case price does have this London continuation. So that's something I'm going to be looking to do. But personally, just based off of prices moving, where it's at right now, the level, when the open happens at 9:30, I don't want to see price just trade back above 36,500, because that's a big level. You can see the price is ranging from it. I would not want to see price just boom, just fly right through it. That's personally not what I want to see, even though it could likely happen. I'm going off the fact that we traded into these fibs. We cleared these highs of the Asian session, and we also are trading at this level. So when we get to 36,500, I'm going to be looking to take potential shorts, and we're just going to see what happens. If I lose, I lose. I might not take a trade after that, but if I see another opportunity, then I might take another one. But it's all about having good risk management, understanding how much you're risking per trade, understanding what you could lose, and that's really it. So let's see. But we'll see. Prices falling, but you already know how it is at that New York Stock Exchange open. That's a lot of volume, so the likelihood of price having that retest of 36,500 is pretty likely in my opinion. So not getting the entry isn't going to be my hard part. It's just whether or not pricing going to move in our direction or not, because the likelihood of it, look, it's already ranging in this area pretty well. Another thing I could do is if I get the volume profile and I get it from, let's say this high to the low down here. This is where majority of the volume is, as you can see, at this 36,500 level. And that's a reason. This is where majority of orders are getting put into the market. So that's why I like to enter at these big figure levels, because there's a lot of banks that trade off of this level. There's a lot of other institutional traders trading off of this level, because the one thing all traders see, the one thing that we all have like the same perspective of is price. That's the only thing. Like Mar might be looking at a trend line, I might be looking at a fib long, but the one thing that is similar is price. That's why big figure levels and all these mid figure levels are important, because that's what everyone is looking at. So when you have everyone looking at these levels, there's going to be a lot of volume in those areas. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of orders getting put in around those areas. Yes, sir, right in that area. And look, right up here, and it's the same thing with imbalances. You can use the volume profile to spot imbalances, because all an imbalance is gaps in the market. And another way you can see that is if you use volume profile where there's the least amount of momentum, little volume, that's where these gaps are. And when there's big, where the majority of the volume is, that tends to be where the consolidation is, where all the orders are getting put in. So that's another little tip. Personally, volume profile isn't really something I use on a daily basis. I might use it here or there just to like get an extra confirmation. But you can use price, honestly, to spot a lot of volume. That's what I'm saying. Nothing. Price shows us everything we need majority of the time. But we're gonna see what happens, man. We're gonna see. I'm trying to win a trade. I took 2 L's this week. I'm trying to make it back in a trade. I just need a 1-2, 1-3, and I'm good. That's all I need. Yeah, we just need one good trade, bro. That's all it is. But after I take a third loss, then at that point, I'm probably going to reevaluate. I might take a day off just to, you know, get back into momentum. You just got to know how many trades you could lose without. Because once you get to a certain point, say if you lose 4 trades, say if your average like loss or average like consecutive loss is like 2, 3, 4 trades. If you start to notice that after you take those 2 losses, the likelihood of you taking that 30 is going to be far more likely. Or if it's like your average consecutive loss is like 4, you know once you get to that 3rd loss that there's a likelihood of that 4th one. So it's always good just to take breaks after a good amount of losses, just to keep your mind at ease, keep risk managed, because as long as you don't take a trade, you're not risking anything. So that's really what it comes down to. But we'll see what happens. We got about 10 minutes until the open. Let's see what happens. I'm trying to see price melt. I'm trying to drop. See, this should drop like a 500 pips. Oh God, I need like a 1-10. Shit. Like, see what happened yesterday. I need this to happen now. If I can get that, I will be a happy camper. I'm cool with that. But yeah, let's see what happens, man. We're getting this retest slowly but surely. So right now I'm gonna start moving on to the lower time frame, so onto 5-minute, because we are getting into that time where we're gonna be looking to get into a trade soon. So let's just see. Looking to get this retest, and I'm gonna be looking to go short on it. So if another thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull my fib from this high to this low. I also see where is this in confluence with. somewhat in confluence with it, but this 38.20% is right here at the 38 at this 36,500 level. So let's see. Once we get up into it, I'm gonna be looking to potentially take these shorts. Let's see what happens. And from this high where I'm gonna have my stop loss to here, it's about 60. So if we can get a little bit higher, 55 pips right here at this 38.20%, I think we'll be good. I'm gonna take that short from there. I'm gonna put it over here just so all said and done. Let's see. Anything can happen from here. Hopefully it's not a situation like yesterday, Martin, where as soon as I took the trade, it finally just, the volume wanted to kick in and just fly the opposite direction. But yeah, we'll see. We will see. Just being patient now. We know what we want to see. Now we just have that patience to wait for it and let it happen. Man. But yeah. What day you guys would be best for you on the weekend to have like the session? What day works best for you? Or you, Martin? You muted? Saturday? What time? For like your time? Anytime or? Yeah, I would, but Saturday the market's closed, my guy. Yeah, I'm talking about Saturday. Like I'm gonna go over like all the stuff that you guys need help with developing. I'm gonna try to go over with everyone, like individually. All right. So early, like in the morning then. So the morning, Miguel. What about you? What time are like you free? Okay. Yeah, keep the discipline. All right, bet. Elijah, what about you? Saturday fine with you? No, that's fine. I'll keep you guys updated with it. I'll make sure I keep you guys up to date. I'll let you know the time and everything beforehand. But I think Saturday will be a good time. Yeah, I'm just trying to 2022. We just gotta focus on self-development, focus on our flaws, focus on our weaknesses, and just look to improve them. All we're trying to do 2022. When you was 30, waiting for you to push. Yeah, it looks like it's falling again now. Oh yeah, that momentum's coming in. Damn. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just waiting. It could come down to this 38.20% and then possibly reject. But like I said, we just gotta wait till the open because that's when the majority of that volume is gonna get pushed into the market. So we'll see. Are you good? Oh, it just started dropping. All right, now we're coming down. We could possibly have a possible London continuation setup. So let's see. We gonna see where price moving to. Come back to that 30-minute area. Gonna look at it right here. This is, matter of fact, yeah, I'm gonna use it right here. On this, like this is gonna be a 15-minute bullish order block. I'm gonna make it green just so it's easy on the eyes. But I want to see how price reacts when we start coming here because there could be a chance that we do see a likelihood in a push from this area to the top side. So we'll see. But more than likely, I want to take a short just from since yesterday was a bearish day. I more than likely do want to take those shorts. But if I miss out on them, well, it is what it is. Patience is key. Patience is key. Mm-hmm. One thing I'm possibly anticipating is once we tap into like that 38.20% area, we could get a push at the open to then we can get that retest to 36,500. And that at that point I will be looking to take that short still. So right now we're just waiting. If it just starts dropping without us, I don't know, because there's not many order blocks in these areas in my opinion, which price is likely to just reject off of any higher time frame. So we'll see. Only time will tell. We got about 3 minutes to the open. Anything can happen, but let's see. See how it reacts over here. Because like I said, those 38.20% levels, they tend to hold, just not long term. So we could have a push off it, get that retest to then come lower. Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah, this fib is not valid no more. Yeah, but there's price moving down. I told you, price could have that push from this level and just leave. Oh yeah, it's just dropping. It's not even the open yet. So we could get a likelihood of seeing a possible London continuation move. But the thing is, I don't know where I would want to enter. I could enter at the 62% at this 50% here, anticipating price has a rejection of maybe this order block here. But personally, I just don't feel like buying. That's the one thing. I'm not trying to get into buys. Even though this is the low of the day, we did clear this high. I don't know. It's kind of defying what we would go against strategy-wise, but the setup is there. But like I said, you understanding that price did all this, never came up here. Now we're coming down to this down here. But if you go back to the daily, look at how price reacted from here though. So ideally, if you would have been able to get in up here, look at this. Like, look at the precision of it. Came up, came in, didn't tap that 38.20%, but you can see the precision it still had. But right now, we're just waiting. We could so easily get that retest of 36,500 at 9:30. But if not, we're going to see how price reacts down here for a possible long. And if we do potentially get a long, I would risk a little less than what you would averagely risk. So I would say about 45, 50 pips right here. Here, I'm going to just have it just like this so I know. Yeah, I'll say about 45 since you're risking there. And if you're getting into a sell up here, I would be risking about 53. So now we know what we're looking for. Let's see. Rejecting this 38.20%. See if we're going to push higher. We got about a minute to the open, but the volume is probably going to kick in before that. Just got to be knowing what you're willing to risk. Okay, we're dropping. Let's see how we react here. What level is this? 36,400. All right, from here, should I get in? I got in for a long right here, anticipating this is going to be a London continuation move. I'm going to have my stop loss about 50 pips. Probably going to be like 45, but 50 just in case. Anticipating price to move higher from here and with the New York Open. So let's see what happens. If we take the L, it is what it is. If we take profit, get a win, it's good. But market is very indecisive right now, so we'll see what happens. Ideally, want to see price target at least 36,600 on a good trade, but let's see what happens. Oh, that shit dropping. Yeah, could just be dropped all day, but hey, I know what I'm looking to see, and if I don't get it, I'll just take my loss and call it a day. Yeah, I just got stopped. It is what it is. Yeah, up here would have been the ideal trade you would have been looking to take, but as of right now, there just wasn't no opportunity for us unless we were just selling at 36,500, like I said. But right now, it's just dropping. Yeah, it is what it is. Just gotta let it play out sometimes. Like right now, it's just bearish. This is really what it is. Up here would have been the ideal trade, but in our time zone that we're looking to take a trade, we just weren't giving out any opportunity, and simply we can't do nothing about that. Yeah, it's just falling now. Let's see how it reacts after clearing this previous day's low, because that could be the last possible chance of having a possible reversal scenario. But at this point, like I said, we are bearish on the day, so I wouldn't expect price to just have this overall push any higher. So could just keep dropping from here, but anything could happen. Damn, don't start rejecting now, my boy. Here, I'll keep it here just in case. Yeah, sell. If you would have been able to get into sells at the top, it would have been good. But personally, you just would have had to hop in just to expect it. Yeah, Nas is pushing. Nas is like doing. They just been doing the opposites. It's like weird. But at the end of the day, if Nas keeps pushing, it's like US30 will more than likely continue to follow. Yes, sir. Part of me does. I still want to see price go higher, in my opinion. We'll see what happens. Where is this? 36361. Minus 5311. I had got in at the, what you call it, the 38, that's not 38, the 7.50% level, because like I said, this is pushing, and if it's a similar situation to yesterday, US30 should follow. It'll just be delayed, if that makes sense. Because one thing I've learned with US30 is it kind of follows the indexes last, if that makes sense. It kind of follows indexes last. No, I'm personally in. I'm at like 1-to-1. I got in at 70.50% expecting price to move higher. I just didn't put this tool because it was kind of like fast process, fast thinking. But I have a 50 pip stop. So we'll see. I'm risking 50 pips, anticipating price to just be simply just like a delayed trade. Not delayed, but I'm still expecting price to do what it's going to do. Just overall, I knew what I want to see. If I take the L, if it doesn't work, well, it is what it is. I knew what I was risking. I took the trade. It will be, I knew what I was willing to risk, and we'll just see what happens. Yeah, it could, but at the end of the day, I'm just expecting it to have a delayed push. But we'll see what happens overall. Anything can happen. Just as long as you know what you're risking, it is what it is. Got to be willing to take those losses. Got to be willing to take those wins. Can't risk getting no reward without no risk. It's all about patience. Yeah, if we can get back up to around 36,500, that's where I'll be looking to take majority of it off at. But until then, we wait and we just be patient and hold. There's a 15-minute one at 36,500. That's why I'm looking to take off some there. Oh yeah, we at that 1-to-1. About to break even in a second. But we'll see. I'm waiting for it to keep pushing. It's showing the willingness to reject, so now he's got to wait. This is still the start of the move. It really hasn't even moved yet. So just having patience, having confidence, knowing what you want to see. Because at this point, we're still anticipating this is a London continuation bullish setup as of right now. Yeah, Nas is flying, so I'm expecting US30 to follow after. Even if it follows a little bit later, as long as we don't get these lows taken out down here, I think we should be good. But only time will tell. Let me check if there's any news today, actually. Because if there's news at 10 o'clock, there could be a reason why that then moves at that time. Oh, there's news at 10 a.m. Yes, there is. Look at that. So we'll see. It could just range for another 20 minutes. But by then, at that point, I'm expecting price to continue moving higher. Come on. Need you to fly. Where's the momentum, US30? What is this? You need to be like Nas. I'm about to start trading Nas, man. Come on. Look at Nas. Look how nice. Look. Clean. Clean. This? Somewhat clean now. I'm at 1-1, so I'm going to break even on this trade. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. But I'm expecting price to at least keep pushing to 36,500 at least. So, we'll see. We will see. Only time will tell. But I'm risk free, so if I take this L, it's break even. I took one loss, but if I can get this 1-3, then I can make that back plus 2%. So we'll see what happens. But just have discipline, have the patience to wait. I'm just waiting for it to get that 36,500. Once we get that 36,500, whoo, I'm gonna be a happy boy. Happy boy. Yeah, it shows the willingness. Like I said, it's kind of just like a delayed NAS. So that's kind of something I might start implementing into the future. But once we clear this high right here of this previous candle, we should keep on pushing from here. But anything can happen at the end of the day. Come on, I need that 36,500. Come on, nigga. You ain't about to take my money today. I need it back. I need that shit back, my boy. You about to have to run your pockets again. Ran my pockets, and I gotta run it back. I'm just waiting for that US30 volatility. You guys know what I mean with that US30 volatility. Once it gets there, the thing is, pay attention to how it never took out this low. That's what you gotta pay attention to. It never came to this low. And look, I have LOTD for a reason. Big brain. It's just understanding. Yeah, almost at TP2. Yes, so I'm going to try to take it off at 36,500. I'm going to try to hold it to at least there on FTMO. So if you're looking at it on yours, look where there it is. It's slightly higher. We'll see. I'm just waiting for it to continue pushing. I want to get to that 36,500. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like perfectly in there. So that's why it's a great area for me to take it off. Just don't want to see any retracements because I am break even. So could just stop me out and just keep going. But hopefully that does not happen. Just waiting for that volume to kick in. See, looking ass, man. Looking ass. US30, you need to follow. Come on, US30, you playing with my emotions, man. Playing with my emotions. I just want you to fly. You've been so disrespectful all the last like month. I just need just 36,500. Like, it's not that I don't think it's gonna go there. Like, that's a big figure level. Is gonna end up going there, but it's just more or less if it's gonna go there before it stops me out, because we are rejecting the 450 area, and that's why we're rejecting. If you look over here, this 450 area, but ideally, I think we are strong enough trend to keep pushing. Just got to give it that time and be patient enough to wait. Yeah, I probably won't let it stop me out. If anything, I'll just take just a small win, but we'll see. We will see. Yeah, it's starting to reject now, which is not what I want to see. Let me see if I pull my fib from this low to here. 38.20% level. Damn, it's like the fib is right at that thing. So if I move my stop loss from break even to let this trade here, I don't know. That could be risky. I don't know if I want to move it. But there is a chance it could come tap into this order block at the 62% and just continue pushing. Hopefully, I don't got to do that. I would not want to do that. Not ideal. Yeah, hope. Shit, you telling me? I hope so too. Anything can happen. I'm just waiting for this 36,500 level. That's what I'm targeting. 36,500. 36,500. That's all I need. Once I said, bro, I'm telling you, look how it didn't clear this high and started to reject immediately. You like, see what I mean? Like little shit, little shit. But it's just all about having risk management, just understanding what you're looking for, understanding the process, understanding what to wait for, and just letting the price do what it gotta do. Damn, damn, damn. Whose computer is that? I don't know. I hear someone's. It's like doing, doing. That's that MetaTrader. I know that noise anywhere. That's Elijah. Elijah, that's you, right? I know you be trading on MetaTrader on the computer. Come on. 36,500. Slowly but surely. Yes, sir. Keep on going. 36,500. Come on. Come on, my boy. You know you want to go there. Almost at that 1 to 2. But come on. Don't do this again. Don't do this again. Keep on pushing. You need that momentum. Look at this. It hasn't even moved this whole time. This is like going up. US30, I need you to do the same. Just like that. Just like that. Keep on going. Keep going, my boy. 36,500. Like, damn, it's right there. No, not again. Damn. So close, but so far. I don't like how it's rejecting, because it could easily just come down to 62% now. Not what I like to see. It's just, I don't know, US30 hasn't been ideal the last few days. Last month. It's probably because it's early quarter one, but we'll see. Worst comes to worst, I just break even. I took a 1% loss, so. Yeah, it rejected the 38.20%. I told you, whenever it does that, it's not long term. That's what I don't like. I'm just waiting for it to follow up with NAS. That's all I'm waiting for. It's delayed. Yeah, I'm like right above 1 to 1. No, I think it's probably gonna retest at 62%. And that's where my entry is. So it's either I move my stop loss or I take the L and I would have to get back in, and I don't want to get back in. I would rather just man. Yeah, it's dropping. We gonna see, man. We gonna see. Alright, I'm gonna move my stop loss. I'm gonna keep it below here. I'm expecting the 62% to hold. If it doesn't, well, I made a big mistake. Just gonna take another loss, but I have the confidence in what I'm looking for to see. So if it doesn't happen, it is what it is. We'll see. I'm just waiting for that 36,500 level to get intact, tapped into. All right, let's see. Moment of truth. Is price gonna continue falling, or are we gonna get that push? Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna see though. Okay, it's rejecting. That's what I like to see. Come on. Come on. Alright, we formed a rejection candle. Good sign, good sign. Yeah, patience is being tested today. Patience is being tested today. Yeah, we got about 15 minutes until 10 o'clock, so we'll see. We got that news at 10, so that could be what we need to push, but at the same time, we got to keep in mind, everything is pretty bearish. NAS is pushing, so I'm assuming this will push, if not now, hopefully by 10, but you never know at the end of the day. Let's see, come on, I need this rejection. Don't come back. You almost hit 36,500. You came so close. Came so close yet so far. Maybe if we can get an engulfing on the 1 minute, that would be a good sign, but anything could happen at the end of the day. Patience is key, man. Patience is key. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's on my side as of right now, though. So if I get to that break-even point, part of me does want to cut it off short, but at the same time, I do have the confidence to wait because I am expecting it to have this same move as not US30. Nas is just not as clean, man. Not clean at all. Come on, get these rejections. What should happen? Just waiting on you. Just waiting on you to push, my boy. Yeah, it's just testing patience today. Come on. Come on, man. 36,500. That's what I'm targeting. 36,500. Patience. I'm not even touching my phone. If it's stopping me out, it's stopping me out. I'm just waiting for it to push. Got about 10 minutes until 10 a.m. We'll see what happens. Come on, US30. Do what you gotta do. Push. 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 It's very annoying right now. It's not doing what I want to see. Just playing. Yeah, I might just cut it short here. If I don't see it rejected 79%, I might just cut it off. Come on. As long as it keeps rejecting and staying right here, I still have that faith that it will come high. I don't know. Part of me wants to cut it now. False break? False break or I'm cutting it. Come on. If it's not a false break, I'm cutting it. You sir, you don't do this. Hopefully that was a false break. Nah, I don't think it's going to be a false break. I don't know. It could, but it could not. I don't know. It's just playing right now. It's very indecisive. This is when that discipline comes into play, whether I might cut it short or I might just take it off or I might just hold. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think it's going to work out. Sadly. Yeah, it is what it is, bro. Patience is the key right now, and just following the plan. If you followed the plan, risk what you're supposed to, then ain't really much you could do. It is what it is. I'm just waiting for that 10 a.m. news. I'm hoping that 10 a.m. news is what's needed. It's showing a form of wanting to reject, but until maybe if we can engulf. Come on, if we engulf, I need this candle right here to engulf. If it don't engulf, this trade is done. Simple. This candle doesn't engulf, this trade is gonna stop me out. Simple as that. So this candle, oh no. Yeah, it's just the previous day's low is so close. I don't see why I wouldn't tap into it at this point. Yeah. It's just really just. This is one of them days, you know? Just doesn't play out. Nas is. Yeah, Nas moves pretty nice. But US30, not so nice. There we go. Slowly but surely, maybe. Yes, sir. And that's the mindset you gotta have, my boy. Ain't nothing we can do. I just want 36,500. Is that bad? That's the price I want. 36,500. We got 9 minutes till the news, so hopefully the news is good news. If it's bad news, shit. If it's bad news, I'm gonna be sick. I don't even drink, but this should make me want to take a shot. Damn it. I don't even drink. Now keep in mind what time frame we're on too. Anything could happen. Hey man, stay disciplined. If that's it, you took your trades, just call it a day, my boy. Alright, you be safe. I'm gonna hold this trade for fucking life at this point. I'm just waiting, bro. I'm waiting for 36,500. I need it to hit 36,500. Like, it's just playing right now. It's not doing what I want to see. Just need that momentum to kick in, man. That's all I need. Oh, stop falling. Just need it to reject. It's not on my It's not on my side right now. You're sturdy. You are not on my side. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These indexes, man, they be stressful. It's very difficult to trade them. They're very volatile. You can have the direction right, but the entries just might not even be there. Oh man, yeah. I don't know. Part of me just wants to cut it. At the same time, I don't. But at the same time, it's just, yeah. Oh no. It looks like it's just gonna come stop me out. So part of me just wants to cut it short. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna stop me out. Well, and nope, it's almost there, but it's more than likely going to. Yeah, I just got stopped out. Well, it is what it is. Sometimes you can't do it, but like I said, the ideal trade would have been somewhere up here in this 36,500 area, but simply you can't win them all. So on that note, just gotta call it a day. Make sure you journal your trades, and I'll be back tomorrow. That's really what it is. Just gotta have that discipline. So that's really it. Unfortunately, we took this L, but as long as you manage risk, it's all part of the process. But now I'll be on tomorrow morning. Hopefully you guys make sure you stay disciplined, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Did it again, bro. It was 30. Why are you doing this, bro? You was 30. You want some shit, my boy. But nah, hopefully everyone was able to learn something. Even though we took this L, it is what it is. This is part of the process. I'm showing you guys really what it's like. But hopefully you were able to learn something. If you